Wow, wahala don shele, kasala don burst. The Supreme Court has adjourned judgment on a suit filed by 10 states asking the Apex Court to restrain the Muhammad Buhari regime from fully implementing the Naira redesign policy. The court adjourned till March 3rd after the presidential elections. Politics Nigeria earlier reported that the court had adjourned the suit on Naira swap policy on February 22nd to allow it consolidate all cases on the matter emanating from 9 more states of the federation seeking to be joined in the suit. 9 more states were joined as parties in the suit initially filed by Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara states government challenging the legality of the Naira swap policy of the federal government. A 7-man panel led by Justice John Okoro, the Apex Court joined the Attorney General of Katsina, Lagos, Ondo, Ogun, Ekiti, Cross River, and Sokoto states as co-plaintiffs, while the Attorneys General of Edo and Bayelsa states were joined as co-respondents. Now wow, you don't read. Meaning that, well, from the look of things, just 2 days to election or 3 days to election, and you think Buhari would have done something differently, even if the court had favor or stood in the favor of those APC governors. No more votes buying for this week election. Those stocking or stocks currencies with will be used for decoration purposes only. Big thanks to Baba Buhari. You are very unserious and you will be surprised come Saturday 25th. Surprised as how. Well, say Baba, rope don't catch go to for neck or for balls everywhere. Deliberately adjourning the election is over. Wise wisdom or decision. Say Baba, pepper them. New episode play election go finish. A town hall different from Bala Blue. Abeg, no break my spinal chest symbol. Truly a town hall different from Bala Blue. Omo, e shock o. Is Supreme Court not part of federal government? What were those governors expecting to hear? Okay, that is how they will keep postponing it till all elections come and go. The old currency of 500 and 1,000 naira notes is gone since on the 10th of February. Most of you can't even afford to buy biscuits for your children or junior ones or send money to your oldies in your village, and you are here celebrating as well with your family. I'm deeply sorry for all of you. I don't understand. Are you on the side of the politicians who are crying up and down? Or I don't understand because they are not for you. Don't mind some illiterates call themselves governor, more especially than that Kaduna State Governor. Buhari will need a name after this election. Vote Buyers Association of APC must not be allowed. Shikena. They should keep adjourning to eternity. Why are we rejoicing over what? Some countries have changed currency severally and the old new notes is being used side by side until they gradually withdraw. Some people have died because they could not raise cash to pay medical bills. Who will be who will bring them back? Why would a vote buying in election should be used to punish all of us? That's a good point. But because Nigeria is not a normal place, you know those countries that you are talking about that they use both the old and the new naira notes, I mean the new currency, they will use them side by side because those ones they are correct. We know they do things normally. Now that is why when you are referring to other same environment, you don't compare them with Nigeria because the democracy we practice is a useless one. It's abnormal. Even with the Buhari himself, like I always say it, I don't trust them because there's nothing Buhari is going to do now that will make me to praise him, to say, oh yes, you have done well. All of them are the same because in one way or the other, they have bastardized this country. Well, wait first, make election pass, then we go reason am. Nobody go die. That is good. Justice delay is justice denied. I just pity the helpless, hopeless, the those one who cannot even afford or who are just vulnerable because the same set of people, whether Buhari or whether the APC governors or whether the PDP and those politicians, unless you that you know you have done well in your own capacity, but majority of all these politicians, they have in one way or the other looted this country, and they have killed a lot of people, not even using gun, but because of their policies here and there. So all of them, that's it. The reason why we have people and we have the kind of society that we have now, because if we have a like those some of the news or information that we got that some people could not pay for hospital bills, whether they have the money or they didn't have the money or whatever, is because if we really have a system that is really taking care, we have a good health system, we have all those social amenities, those normal things, it won't even affect people, or people are well educated right from time. A situation whereby you see people say, "I don't want to keep my money in the bank." Now all of a sudden it is now something that you have to tell them. Some people had already made up their mind they can't keep their money in the bank, and when you go and check them, that is not the right thing. But at the end of the day, if we still find and do some investigation, you see that some of them, we are talking about a normal Nigerians, so not all these politicians, you will see that they still have reasons because the system is not working, whereby you put money inside bank, they will be deducting it. What are they doing with the money? Your money is there for them to be using, for investment, yet you still be charging the people for putting their money there, and you are using their money, not that you are still paying them anything. Abroad, you see that nobody takes your money. Nobody charges you for service charges, or fine you for whatever, or maintenance, whatever. It's just so ridiculous because the system has been bastardized. So anytime they want to do something that you think is good, definitely the people who are the grassroots are the most affected. Both Buhari, both the Supreme Court, both the ones who take Buhari to court, and all of them, and those who are for and against, among those politicians, they are all evil, honestly. And that's why you see that it's affecting mostly the so-called people at the grassroots. I just say the poor masses die all. Now you go die, but as for us, we go live. After storm come calm, but wisdom is always stronger than strength. We should be wise, and that is the reason why they ought to have fathomed all this nonsense, because water will find its way. No matter how you try to block some areas that water is penetrating, it will find its way. That is the position of all these politicians, all these governors, whether whatever they call themselves. Because if we have a people who are thinking, Buhari, if Buhari is really thinking and has people who can think very well, they ought to have known that this majority of all these politicians are crooks. They are criminals. They will look for a way or the other, and again it will still affect the masses. But that's why I say all of them, they are best of the same feather. I beg you, make them forget this matter. Story, Supreme Court of Nigeria. They all know, the truth, but can't see it. The policies has come to stay. Buhari will sack all of them if they make PEM. They are being careful. Any attempt to give conflicting judgments and crisis erupts, they will be held responsible. It is a wise decision. Buhari knew that would be the case and had to overrule the court, who never had the jurisdiction in the first place. Thank you, Mr. President, for being proactive. The aim has been achieved. The Supreme Court will only hear the case after the general election. In fact, the camp of all those governors say now wahala now.